YouTube, it's Brian Phillips. Look what we got here today. The 24-inch Blackjack from Pro Boat. This thing comes ready to run from Horizon. So check out the links in the video description below. We're gonna run it today on dual 2S for a total of 4S. 5,000 milliamp hour, 100C smart packs. Get a load of that prop, get a load of that rudder, water cooled ESC motor combo. This thing is gonna be fantastic. Probably the nicest boat we've ever done on our brand new pond. Excited, and here it comes, guys. Okay, the wind's blowing at us this way, so I'm gonna just launch it into the water like this, okay? There it is. All right, guys, we already know we have reverse. Just kind of getting some water in there. Oh, it's so cool.
Oh, you're gonna splash me, aren't you?
I don't know about that.
Oh.
I'm just getting water into the water cooling. There it is. Oh, yeah.
Oh my gosh.
It's so fun. That thing blows water everywhere. Woo! And let's see how the reverse works. It sort of works. Oh man, that is so much fun. Oh, look at that rooster tail. Oh, that is so cool, guys. Look at this. Woo! See how fast we can stop. Look at that, totally flipped. Oh man, it gets up on plane and it's just so eager to go. So much fun. And yes, we did get sprayed with water, so I'll try. Whoa! Whoa! Everybody lived! Oh, it's a miracle. Wow. Okay, so I gotta just like, I'm concerned. Do we want to flip it?
Well, I mean, you flip it,
That is
just
so
flip
much
back.
fun.
The geese are not impressed.
You know what's funny about this too?
What?
Look how much it tips. It's a catamaran, but it's driving like a V-tail, like a deep V. Wow. Man, that is so cool. Yes, we got wet for YouTube. Woo! That is so much fun. Holy cow. And then you can still slow down. Oh, jeez. Oh, we better check the lens on that one, camera crew. Is it dry?
My sunglasses are wet.
What about the lens?
The camera's still dry. You're good.
Okay, so reverse does work, folks. It's controllable, but it's kind of wonky. It doesn't get real good traction. Obviously designed to go this way. Oh yeah! Oh, man, when it gets up on step, it's so good. And look at the controllability. Man, it's so easy to drive. It just goes straight as an arrow, folks. Oh, you got to get one of these from Pro Boat. Let's see if we can take the turn at keeping our speed. Had to get about 50% throttle, and then right by the camera crew. Oh, everybody. Oh, no. Oh, no. Oh, no. It's upside down. What do we do? I have no idea if this is self-riding. Let's see. Okay, we knew there is water all over. Hold on. We gotta make sure the camera's dry.
It is dry.
It is,
yeah.
I don't think it is. I have to dry it off. Okay, guys, that was super exciting, but look what your expert pilot has done. I don't even know how to fix this. Hold on, I gotta show the people.
What? No, I'm like soaked.
She's all splattered. Look at the water on the deck, guys. That was so much fun. Oh, Pro Boat. Now I gotta figure out what we're gonna do to get this thing back. And I'm thinking, is there a self-riding mechanism? I don't know.
I didn't see anything in the manual.
Whoa, it's still moving. Look at this. I'm driving it backward right now, see? But I could drive it to the shore. I know that the wind is pushing it.
Yep.
But check this out.
Can you go forward?
Yeah, it's still driving, look. I think it's just a little bit of thrust. A little bit of thrust and a little bit of rudder. But if I go backward, we can get it this way, or we can just wait for it.
I know, it's gonna come this way if you can.
Let's see if I can turn it around. So I'm just full rudder, and see if I go this way, it turns a little better. So what I'm gonna do is so evidently not self-riding, guys, and there's no button that's, oh yeah, you can also set your throttle to 50%, 75%, or 100%. And as you can tell, I'm at 100%. Let's see if I can get this thing controllable enough. Look, it's still driving, okay? So even upside down, you can still run the boat. So I'm gonna see if I can get it back to shore, AKA me. Come on, you can do it. That rudder does reach into the water, but it's just like a little bit shallow penetration. All right, now we're gonna let the wind bring it back. Guys, here on Brian Phillips RC, we show you the whole experience, the whole truth, nothing but the truth, so help us God. And this is one of the truths of running boats. You may have to take the cover off of your other boat
to
get your boat. And I've done it. Very embarrassed.
Oh, that was the plane.
A few times. Yes, the Cessna 182. So guys, I'm just gonna see if I can get this back. A little bit more throttle. You can see the throttle coming out.
Still moving, yeah.
But look at the back. It's definitely doing it.
Yeah.
The reverse is pretty crappy though when you're upside down and the prop is out of the water. Plus you're gonna waste a lot of power. That's what I'm most concerned about because I wanna drive this some more.
Right.
So in this time, what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna let it come toward us and then I'm just gonna grab it because there's no reason we can't just wait and let Mother Nature help us. This will be the first time Mother Nature actually helped us. Oh wait, it helped us fill the pond. Oh yeah, so good. I'm not even gonna open it yet. I'm just gonna, do you wanna drive it real quick?
Well, yeah, go out
Here,
there.
camera crew's gonna drive it. Okay.
Oh gosh.
Oh yeah, get it away from us.
Yeah.
Woo! Yes, full throttle. That's so crazy. It's easy though, even in full throttle.
It is easy to drive, yeah.
It's not bad.
Okay, I don't like driving at myself.
It's okay. Wow.
It's so cool though.
Isn't it fun? Guys, it's always scary when the camera crew lets go of the camera.
It is.
Because she's
We're
so
sorry.
much better than me.
Here, you lay down there and get, no, I'm kidding. I can't drive that good.
Okay, all right. Whoa, keep it away from the boat. Oh, I don't want to break that prop.
All right, ready?
Yeah,
Switch
okay,
back
so
to
we're
the better filming?
switching back.
Yes.
All right, guys, so if you can't tell, this is really fun. That's about 70% throttle in the turn, 100% throttle going by, full speed blast. And then, oh, just getting soaked, guys, show them. What the heck? Rooster tails all over the place, about 60% throttle in the turn, 100% throttle now. Jumping, 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 wow! So much fun, guys. I knew that they would have something in store for us. Yes, you can get your little $100 fun boats.
Uh-oh.
Oh no! You did it again, Brian.
Okay, we gotta figure that out.
Okay, so here's what we're gonna do, guys. Somebody sprayed water all over the place. Now he's probably, well, do you think it's easier to just wait for it? Let's do a nature walk. Nature walk time. As you can see, there's some nature that's been walking on the side of our shore. Let's show them the footprints.
Lots.
And if you guys are brand new to Brian Phillips RC, we built this pond so that we could review RC boats, airplanes, helicopters, all that stuff. And the water level's finally starting to drop a little bit because it's been such a wet spring. We were blessed with the ability to get the water level up, but as you can see, our little swamp area is sort of screwed up right now because not much of a swamp. It's pretty much a dry spot. And this is where the damn runway is going to be. And guys, by the way, look at this. This is what we get, this nature. Look at this. We got little butterflies flying around. It's so dang cool. And all these weird plants and stuff that we've never seen before just popping up all over the place. That's the swamp, guys.
Yep.
That's seriously the swamp. I'm gonna have to excavate that a little bit more to make it deeper.
For the fish?
Yep, that's right. And then that's where the fish like to come up and they'll breed and do their different things. And then we put these rocks in as stepping stones so we can go out and look at the fish and look at the water level.
Look, this one is totally out of the water now.
Wow. So it's just so different, guys. It's so exciting to be able to do all this stuff and share it on YouTube. But we haven't even really done the biggest stuff yet because there's gonna be a runway that goes right there and it's gonna be a perfect crosswind strip for days not like today because it's running right down our main runway up at the front. So if you guys are brand new to the channel, you didn't know that about us, that's what's going on. And we're gonna go over to this other side of the dam. But up at the top of that hill or over that hill, there's gonna be a building there. And we are calling it the Dam Gift Shop. If you guys didn't know what we were talking about, that's what we're talking about because it's right next to the dam. It's gonna be 60 by 100 by 20 feet tall, and it's gonna be a full-scale hangar as well as agricultural building. It's gonna be so cool, and we cannot wait to share it with you. So as you can see, our boat is almost to the shore. One of the most fun things about a Brian Phillips RC video is watching Brian Phillips deal with the consequences of his stupid decisions, which is just kind of part of it.
I'm just glad it was you and not me.
Yeah, I know. Me too. But this is where the dam runway is going to be. This has to overwinter. It has to go through a full freeze-thaw process. And then right over here, starting next month, they're gonna be doing a pad. And you can see where I've kind of cut the grass short. That pad is gonna be just past the drains here. It's gonna be 200 by 150. And that's gonna be where the damn gift shop is. It's gonna overlook this beautiful pond. And I just gotta get down there. So this should be pretty fun.
Transmitter?
Camera crew's gonna hold the transmitter. She promises not to chop my fingers off. And then this is always fun to do with sandals, folks. So if you didn't know, when you put in a pond and you have to get pipes, these pipes don't look like much. I can crawl through both of them. They're huge.
Yep.
And these are 100-year pipes. They're made of aluminized. They're aluminized pipes. So it's like galvanized and then aluminized. That frog just jumped on it.
It did?
Yeah, seriously. Yep, there's another one.
Oh, I saw that one.
Okay, careful. I'm grabbing it by the rudder. Okay, so by the rudder, maybe not the best move, just so you guys know. But the truth is, this boat can't be going much longer because it's been.
I have no idea.
I want to drive it more. Can we drive it from this vantage?
Yeah.
Okay. Yes, that is so much fun, guys. This boat has got to be one of the most exciting boats we've ever done, and for good reason. Man, look at how fast it is. It's just so fast, and I love that. But even in the wind, guys, with the wind, doing 50% throttle. Look at that beautiful rooster tail. So much fun. Going into the wind now. Oh man, that is so cool. And yes, guys, thank you so much for bearing with the wind. I'm gonna actually stand behind the camera crew. 100% throttle. That's about 80% there. So as you can see, those dual 2S 5,000 milliamp hour packs are getting us a really, really long drive time. And yes, we did have to kind of wait out getting our Unbox build radio setup done. But man, this is fun. Can you just imagine going to your local retention pond in your homeowners association, or maybe going to a lake or a river? This thing would be totally capable in a river, although the self-riding function would be very helpful in that environment.
Yeah.
Man, you can stop it in a hurry too. Watch this. Stop. Look at that. Turns around a lot of times too. Stop. That is so good. So guys, at the end of the day, we love bringing you the latest and greatest in RC technology. And I know this one's been out for a while, but boy, is it exciting for us to be able to share it with you. And we hope that it's not just sharing it with you from watching a video. We hope you guys will get one for yourself. From the video description below, there's links. And when you buy from the links, you support Brian Phillips RC and all the different crazy projects that you see us doing. You are really playing a part in that. And we love it. So guys, also, I just wanted to say, if you haven't ever had an RC boat, it makes a big difference what you get. Some of them are just super exciting. Some of them are a little bit lame, but it kind of depends on where you're driving. And I want you to think about like this. If you get one that's slow and a little bit smaller, it's still a fun experience. But boy, oh boy, this is something else. Ooh, almost tipped it, almost tipped it. Man, I've got to drive into the wind because it's so crazy. Man, that is shooting water all the way up here.
It's amazing how small it looks when you get all the way down there.
I know, and look how fast it gets here.
You cover a lot of ground.
On shore. He shored it. So guys, at the end of the day, I can't believe how fun this is. We're gonna pause while we get this back in the water, and we'll probably meet back up on the other side. Okay guys, so we're on the other dock now, just doing some slow water ops. You see I got mud on there and everything. Just wanna show you, look at it bringing water over the top of the deck. Once you're up on step, then it's just so much more efficient and speedy, but you do have to kind of get it out of the water to make it do its fast stuff, okay? So if you get it and you're like, hey, how come it's not fun when I'm gonna go to a 50% setting, okay? So that's full speed in the 50% setting. and you see it barely gets out, okay? But you can do that if you want to give it to your kid and make sure they don't tip it over or make some big mistake, you know?
Yeah.
Or if you're driving it around in a pool and you don't want them to like rip a hole in the side of it, you could do that. Now 75%, here's the limits. So that'll get you up on step or up on a plane. Yep. So at 75%, you can actually get it up on plane pretty easy. And then once you're up on plane, you don't need as much throttle to keep on plane. But it's definitely a different experience. It's more like what we've seen in the past from some of the Volantics ones we've done. Now I'm gonna go to 100%. And it'll just shoot itself out of the water. It's so much fun, folks. Oh, it just cut out on me. So I'm thinking yep, it's probably dead. So I'm gonna go to 50%. I just wanna get it over here. I'm pretty sure we're just low on power. So I'm just gonna idle it right over, barely giving it any throttle. And it's basically just giving me pulses now, okay? So as you can see, water's nice and clean today. You might even see a fish. That'd be awesome if we saw a fish while we were doing this. So guys, thanks so much for being part of our wonderful YouTube experience here. And we just wanted to let you guys know how much water got in here. I'm gonna get this mud off of here. That was from when I shorted over there on the dam. I'm just getting off of the tip. And that's one thing I like to do is I always like to wipe off the boat before I take it out if I can, and just get it rinsed off. And that way you don't have a bunch of muck all over it. Okay, camera crew, if you wanna give me just a quick second, we're gonna open this up. I wanna move the radio. So let's see what type of water we collected in that crazy first run. By the way, super impressed with the speed. Super impressed with the rooster tails. Super impressed with the runtime. Holy cow, that was huge. So now, you don't have to run this on smart batteries, but it is recommended. So just so you know, if you've got 2S packs with either an EC5 or an adapter to get you to an EC5 or IC5, you should be good to go. Okay, so let's pop this off. A lot of screw, a lot of turns. Okay, by the way, full disclosure, foam, in case it drops in the water. Camera crew's gonna hold that. Look at this. Yeah, we had a little bit of water in there. Well, I mean, I flipped it over twice.
Yeah.
Now also the cool thing is, look, even more. Watch this, you can pull this plug, watch. You can pull this plug, and guess what happens? Booyah, folks. It all collects down there to that low point, and it actually exits the boat, okay? I'm gonna tell you this, huge pet peeve of mine. There's almost always a lip here, and so if you flip the boat upside down, it's hard to get all the water out. We've seen that with almost every boat we've ever used, okay? And yes, I had boats before we did the YouTube channel, but it was never something I specialized in because I love airplanes so much. And you probably do too if you're watching Brian Phillips RC. But let me tell you something. This is no slouch, guys. This boat is so much fun. You will love it. That motor's not even hot. Amazing. And yes, the ESC is water cooled, and so is the motor. Okay, so that's a sleeve around the motor itself, okay? So you can see right there, we've got a red flashing, slow flash. That probably means we're in low voltage protection. Let's show you what it looks like while you can see good. Full throttle, that's at 50%. I'm gonna go to full throttle at 100. Holding it. There it goes, it shuts off. Now watch this, I let go. Now just give it a count to 4 or 5. Goes again. So what's gonna happen is as the cell sags, it's gonna prevent use. So we hit that low voltage, then it recovers and you can go ahead and run again. So remember, if it gets low, get to shore, okay? Yep. And it'd be better if you probably set a timer. Gosh, what was that, like 10 minutes of run time?
Probably with the like walking back and forth to wait, probably about 10 minutes, I would guess. That
is really good amount of run time. I think that's enough to satisfy your average Joe. Now also keep in mind, the EC3 connectors, especially in the EC5, I should say, connectors, are very good for water resistance, in my opinion, because of the way they plug together. Better than an EC, the IC actually makes a better seal, I think, here, okay? So I do like the idea of that. Keep those battery leads clean. Once your battery's dead, you can discharge. And also we have quick releases to pull these batteries out without too much trouble. All you gotta do is lift up and pull back. I didn't catch that in the unbox, but I did catch it when we finally loaded the batteries. So they've thought of everything just like usual. This is one heck of a boat. Very fun, very effective at creating all the different memories and excitement that you think you would want from an RC boat. So just remember, guys, if you want to see the unbox build radio setup of just about any item we've ever done, the planes are separate because they're a bigger video, but the boats will just follow at the end like we do with helicopters and other ready to fly or ready to run cars and trucks. So we'll go over all the details here. We do talk a lot about batteries. Don't get too bored and fall asleep, but if you do, smash the like button for a quick nap. We are good nap generators, okay? So thanks so much for watching. Check out the Blackjack 24-inch from ProBoat at Horizon Hobby. We got links down below. You'll help support us when you buy from that. If you don't want to support us in that way, but you do want to support us in other ways, we have Patreon. That's monthly support. YouTube membership, which is monthly support. YouTube super thanks, one-time donations. And of course, PayPal, if you'd like to just send a few bucks. Any of them are always appreciated, but we firmly believe, and we say this all the time, we would rather you buy a boat, car, helicopter, battery, VTOL, leaf blower, whatever it is we're reviewing, because that also helps us then to reinforce the relationships we have with these companies, because we are truthful, and when something doesn't work well, we point it out, okay? Part of the way we can be totally truthful and still bring value to these companies is that when you buy it from the links, because they know that we're sending people that are either on the fence or people that are maybe didn't know about it, okay? But at the end of the day, now you know, so you got no excuse. Remember, if the wife doesn't want you to get it, there's those snakes in the basement. You can always tip the UPS guy to go through the back window, okay? At the end of the day, your wife will come around the first time you give her a nice spray on the dock. Is that how that works? Okay, stay tuned. Unbox coming next. Thanks for watching, guys. Come back for more. YouTube, I have a knife and I know how to use it for this boat. Amazing. I only know it's a boat because it says boat. Boat. ProBoat. ProBoat. Check it out. Links in the video description below. You guys have already seen it run on our brand new pond. Super excited to be able to share this and can't wait to show you the unbox. Oh yeah, look at that thing, it's so beautiful. The Blackjack 24-inch brushless, ready to run with Catamaran. 30 miles, it's kind of hard to read that upside down. So we're gonna get this out of the box. I think it comes in a couple of colors. I'm not 100% sure that I wanna give you bad information, folks. Oh yeah, there's two colors, Blackjack. And I was gonna say, this one doesn't really look like Blackjack to me.
That
it
one
says
Heat
Wave. There we go. Okay, so size real quick, just so you guys can get some comparisons here. It looks about 8.5 inches wide. It should be about 4.5 inches high, but it looks like the rudder actually goes below that. The length is 24 inches or 609. Spectrum Firma 3660 2200 kV brushless outrunner. Nice. It's got an SLT too. Look at that.
Cool.
Okay, so SLT2 is a protocol for the transmitter, and we're gonna just open this thing without further ado. I don't even know which one we got. I guess we'll find out. Looks like we got the black one.
Oh,
I just saw the dot. Oh. Okay, guys. If you're brand new to Brian Phillips RC, we normally do airplanes. Show the people quick while we are doing this. As you can see, we got lots of airplanes up here, partly because we have construction in the humble abode. We're making some quarters for visitors and things like that, and more to come from that. We've got a piece of foam. And on this end, there's a transmitter, pistol grip style. Looks pretty basic, Spectrum branded. Okay, nice squishy tire. I love those wheels, by the way. And there we go, we have a throttle, and then it looks like a reverse, and there's a 50, 75, and 100% throttle. And then this one says STR, so steering reverse, and then a power button. These load with batteries that go up in here, and I don't know how many. It looks like probably 2 AA's in each, so a total of 4 AA's. They may come in this package, we'll find out. The ready to runs from Horizon historically have actually come with all the stuff you need, which is kind of weird how this is coming out of the box. So it's the first time I've opened this style of boat, so obviously the Catamaran is in there, so I just don't want to break it when it slides out. We do unboxes. We do builds and we do radio setup. Now, when it's a ready to run, obviously we don't really need to do much setup on the radio. There may be a better way to do this. I
think it's upside down, but I don't really think there was a better way.
Okay, so we'll flip this upside down, right side up. Sweet. Okay, so before we get to the boat, let's look in here. Whoa, shaft grease. Can you help me with that, hon?
Well.
Okay, so anyway, As you can see, we do have batteries. We have some different antennas and things like that. This thing is not a Ziploc, so I'm gonna cut it open. One of the best things you're gonna find about ProBoat brand and Horizon Hobby branded equipment is that they have some of the best packaging, some of the best manuals, and when they're ready to run, almost always come with everything you actually need to run, which is really nice, unless it's an airplane, and you can thank the FAA for that because of remote ID.
Right.
In which case you basically just have to buy the packages separately. Okay, hey, hand me my shaft grease. No, not like that.
The blue seems a little...
Well, it's just genuine grease, okay? Okay, so we have inside this package, we've got a little hex drive here. So I'm just gonna poke that through. It looks like probably about 1.5 millimeters. We'll find out. And then we have a bind plug here. Shouldn't need to bind it if it's ready to run, but since it's SLT, then hypothetically, if you had another SLT transmitter, you could use that. While we're at it, let's go ahead and get these batteries loaded. The other thing that's nice when they send batteries is I don't have to use my Harbor Freight batteries, which are the world's crappiest
so great,
batteries. They're like however long they're supposed to last, they last about 10%. That's why they're so cheap.
Yeah.
Okay, so there's 2 knobs. It looks like this one says minus, that one says plus. It's in the plastic, kind of hard to see.
Oh, it is hard to see.
So plastic is the bump tip. So we'll slide that in there with the plastic pointed, or excuse me, the tip pointed up. And then we'll slide this in with the flat pointed. Those are weird looking double A's. Usually they're flat on the back, but this has a little recess on it. Okay, so snap it shut. Make sure the power comes on. Oh wait, oh, there's a light over here, guys. Okay, so press and hold, shuts off. Press it momentarily, turns on. This is the steering rate and steering trim. So rates have to do with when you turn the knob all the way to the left or the right, steering wheel in this case, it's going to change the amount of impact at the maximum position. So if 100% is this, the sweep is from here to here all the way back. Okay, so 0, 100 plus, 100 minus in the pulse width modulation. The rate would change like this. Okay, so you might have a little bit less deflection here, but if the rate's bigger, then you're gonna have more steering authority, okay? If you didn't know how that works, and that's what we do on Brian Phillips RC. We teach you the things that you probably thought you knew or you didn't think you'd have to know. And we go into some level of detail, which is annoying for people that know what they're doing, but why are you watching an Unbox build radio setup if you know what you're doing? That's one thing we want to just remind you guys. You don't have to watch the full Unbox build radio setup parts of our videos. We put them out for people who need help. So if you're one of those people who need help, you're in the right place. Brian Phillips RC is never afraid of making a 5-minute video into a 2-hour video. Look at this, 30 miles an hour.
Is there anything else on the other end?
Heat wave.
Is there a battery, anything included?
Sweet, just spraying water all over the place. It's gonna be super cool. Nice. I don't know, did they say the battery?
I mean, the picture down here just shows
the
boat
they show a smart battery.
The transmitter. Oh wait, here, it shows down here. Includes.
And it's a water-cooled motor, guys. We're gonna get to all that stuff though as we unbox, I think.
Yep, required to complete is the battery and charger, so we'll grab them.
So also it comes with this little antenna, but if you need a stir for your coffee, you could also use that for that purpose. Just a hilarious joke, guys. But anyway, if you guys are brand new to Brian Phillips RC, what we do is we open them up, we kind of go step by step by step, all the way through the process. You know, some find it a little bit tedious, but just realize when you buy one of these things, first of all, they're expensive. And second of all, they're awesome. Third of all, you're gonna know what you're getting when you watch one of our videos. We're not just coming out here trying to sell you something that you can't live without, although we do that sometimes. Wow, they are seriously double nutted. 2 Nylox, that's very unusual. And then the prop looks fierce, good Lord, do not put something in that you don't want chopped off. And then of course the steering, look at this, beautiful. We have this wonderful seal on the shaft, and look how thick that is.
Yeah, it is.
And then of course the inlet outlet of water, and then a drain plug, which comes out here, but it is quite difficult to get out, and so make sure you stick your drain hole plug in. And if you ever have trouble getting your drain hole plug in, you can actually lubricate it with a little spit, which just doesn't show well on camera, but you can do it. Now it's in, okay? So you gotta do a little twist motion. Okay, and then this is covered up because the inlets are on the face. If you look real close, you can see both sides are slit, right here and here on both sides, and that shoots water in, and it's pretty cool. And then look at this. We have a boat stand that's even got an arrow to tell you which way, because look how it fits. It fits right in the middle on the step of the boat.
Oh, nice.
So pretty cool. And by the way, if you guys are big fans of Brian Phillips RC and you've already watched a million videos that we've done, we appreciate you being here with us. And as always, the best way to support us financially, if you want to support our channel, is to buy boats, cars, planes, trucks, whatever it is. We're reviewing helicopters from the links in the video description below, so you can get this exact item like this or like this, just depending on how you want to order it. I'll actually put the other one up here as we continue our process. And if you want to become a Patreon, we have that as well. I'm going to just stick this antenna. Remember, the 28 millimeters that's exposed in the 2.4 gigahertz world is the part that's active.
So that is actually covering up.
That's a lot, though.
Antenna.
That's like way tall. I wonder if I should cut that down. That's like, to me, that seems like overkill height. I don't want it that tall.
Do they do that so that, like, if it gets hit, it's got more deflection before you actually...
The camera crew is giving me that look. She's like, don't do that, Brian. Don't do that.
Somewhere in the directions, somebody's gonna be like, if you read the directions, it says, don't cut down your antenna.
I didn't read the directions and I don't care. Wait, but I am gonna listen.
Not going to.
Important detail. Watch this. I'm just gonna smooth this.
Can you at least take the foam off your hand?
I'm just gonna hone it. Oh
Great.
yeah, that's really
That's
nice.
great.
That's so much better than it was.
Super high quality.
Hold on, one other thing, guys. You come to Brian Phillips first because we leave no stone unturned, and we play with fire. Watch this, kids. Get permission. Burn, baby, burn. Oh yeah, beautiful.
We weren't licking our fingers on camera.
I know, it's kind of weird, but look how perfect. Feel it, touch it. Do you see
That's
why I did that?
amazing.
Do you see why I did that? It's perfect now. It's perfect. It's huge. I know perfect. I'm an expert. Okay, here we go. Oh yeah. Wow, that's an amazing fit. Oh my goodness. Oh yes! Okay. Thumb nuts. Boom.
Oh, there's 4 of them.
Yeah. But you know what's nice about that? You don't have to wonder if it's going to pop off at like 100 miles an hour.
That's true.
Oh, it's so gorgeous.
That is.
Look, floats.
Oh, hey.
So if this were to go, well, that's not going to work. It would float at least a little.
The lid wasn't the problem that time.
Put that there. Okay, so as you can see, this thing is by far the nicest boat we've ever had. Power button, smart, Avian ESC, it says Firma. Maybe it's not Avian, because Avian might be air, but it says Firma. And then there's 2 IC3 smart plugs. Oh, yes! These are removable. Oh, that's so sweet. That is huge. And you can put that, yeah, it only goes in one spot. So you gotta pull your doohickey out of the way and you just drop that sucker down in there. This is so much nicer than any other boat we've ever had. I gotta say, guys, one of the things about Brian Phillips RC you probably haven't realized, since you've watched literally thousands of videos, is that I still do really get excited when the products are good, okay? Sometimes they're not. You may have noticed. Okay, so inside the manual, where all the answers to all the questions reside.
Don't cut your antenna down. Oh.
Liar! And by the way, if this is ready to run, where's the battery?
No, it says needed to complete, so it must be
So
similar to the...
it's RTR
almost.
plus,
Yeah.
or RTR minus.
It's kind of like the planes now.
So would you say that the size class of the battery needed is what? It's either 2 or
Content
4S,
specification.
correct?
Yes. It says it on the box. I can't find it in the manual.
Would you say that it's maybe something like this?
Maybe.
Okay, I'm
But
just
if
going to
we-
show the people at home. 5,000 milliamp 4S would be 1 battery. Now, if you're using a 4,000 milliamp, excuse me, what are these? 5,000 milliamp 2S, then that means you can use those together in series. But that means that we have to be able to adapt this to the correct setup. So when you plug a 4S in here, there may be a jumper that needs to be installed. Let's find out.
Hold on. This says 2S right here. 2S 100C smart case. That's
Hard
the
case.
recommended.
Okay.
Hard case, yeah.
Yeah, but it's 2 of them.
I I think that 4S is for something else.
Smart Pack 4S bundle.
That's 200,
Okay.
2200s.
So what my camera crew is saying
not this.
is you didn't see that.
You didn't see that.
That was definitely not seen. So let's open this up. If you guys are brand new to the channel, obviously, if you've seen the whole thing, I used to poo-poo the smart technology for years. And then I got some and I was like, holy cow, they're awesome. Because as you can see, I have a lot of batteries.
Yeah.
And a lot of batteries means a lot of maintenance. And you're like, what do you mean maintenance? Well, if you have lipos and you don't discharge them, they just go bad, okay? And lipos that need discharged and you don't discharge eventually puff, even though you're not using them.
Yeah.
And it's really frustrating. Plus the chemistry is more dangerous when it's just chilling there for months and months and months and months and months and months and months. Okay, some instructions, packaging, foam.
Oh, good. We can keep that.
We will.
I know.
Don't you worry.
I was.
Don't you worry, camera crew. I got your back on that. I'll even keep the box. Is that okay?
I don't need the box.
Yeah, we should.
So while you're opening that other battery, can I tell the people
a
thing? If you already have lots of RC stuff and you just need new batteries, you can just buy the batteries like what you're opening right now. But if you're new or getting back to the hobby, you can buy the Power Stage bundle that will also come with a charger.
Yes.
If you
and
don't
the Power Stage bundle will give you either an entry level or more sophisticated charger. So this is where the batteries come out of the package. Ugh! Yes, more foam.
Oh, good. Whew.
Camera crew was really concerned about that. Okay, so check this out. This says requires Spectrum Smart Charger, okay? So we already know that, so I'm gonna just throw that straight into the garbage. I probably should keep it.
Yeah, for sure.
So what we're gonna do is we're gonna show you exactly how to charge this. So you're probably thinking to yourself, what do you mean smart charger? Like other chargers are dumb? No, what a smart charger does is it uses, whoa. Those are EC5s. I thought they were EC3s. Folks, I'm so sorry. That's an EC5. An EC3 is about half this size. My apologies, I misspoke. I'm so sorry. I hope you didn't order something 5 minutes ago in the video. But by the way, if there's ever any ambiguity about what battery to get, what receiver to get, what transmitter we recommend, we always show the plain battery, receiver, transmitter. Mm-hmm. It's always at the top for every product we use. If there's like 2 batteries that we flew it with or drove the boat with, we'll show that as well, okay? Yep. So the power bundle will probably be linked on here as well.
Just the batteries and
that way you can do some research on your own. So we have 2 hard case. So if you're used to airplanes, this is hard case. So it's got like a plastic cabinet around it, which helps to take a little bit more rigors of wear and tear of running a boat or a car. Remember, airplanes, even though they have a rough life, because I crash them into trees, they actually have pretty easy life. If you get an S2200, you're gonna be very happy because look, here's an EC3, here's an EC5, here's an EC5, here's an EC3, here's a balance port. You don't need a balance port because the battery management is handled. This is a data line. It shares this as the common, and then this is the plus. So all of the, well, in this case, 2 cells are in series here. So this is the main discharge lead. And there is a battery management portion inside of here. Just like on this larger flight pack that's not a hard case, it's under here, okay? Now I actually have some of them downstairs. I should go get them from one of the packs that I've destroyed over the years.
Oh, chip.
Someday I'll show you guys that, but not on this. So I'm gonna plug this in. I have to do my first time setup on it. It says initiating smart charge. I'm gonna press and hold play, and then I'm gonna scroll down. Oh, I wanna do this setting. So smart battery setup. So I'm gonna click this. Then it says auto storage 72 hours, okay? So 72 hours, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna click on that, and only because of our filming things, we set it to the max, 240 hours, okay? Then what I do is I just back out of this, and on the, it's gonna charge to 3.9 volts, okay? Or excuse me, it's going to discharge to 3.9 volts at the end of that sequence, okay? So all these batteries you see, if they're chilling here, they're discharged automatically. If you ever pick up a pack and it's about that time where it's auto discharging and you touch here and it's warm, that's because the smart chip is here consuming by changing the electrical chemistry into heat. That's the way it does it. So it auto balances. Now, I'm gonna go up one and hit start, or I can actually change 5 amps. In this case, the battery says it can charge up to 5C or 25 amps. Oh, that's awesome. I'm gonna go to the max charge, 20 amps, go down to start. This is a 100C pack. That thing's gonna charge really quick, and watch how fast it goes. Look at this. Look at this, how many milliamp hours are going in. You gotta turn that thing. You guys see that? That is so fast. Okay, now I'm gonna really push the issue, and I'm gonna stick it into the other hole, 2 at 1. Okay, initiating smart charge. I'm gonna press and hold play. I'm gonna scroll down. We're gonna get this one set up. Instead of 72 hours, I'm gonna set it to 240 hours. Again, you can also go all the way down to off, okay? You can turn off the auto discharge, but 12 is the shortest period of time you can choose, okay? So 240 hours, and then I'm gonna go back, and I'm gonna go up to current, and I'm gonna just see how much we can squeeze out of this. 20 amps on both, go down to start, boom. Now, this smart charger is smart enough to understand how much power it has. You wanna know my only complaint about this charger, because you're here not for just slathering our support for Horizon Hobby or whoever we're working with on a particular video. My screen broke out. I have fixed it and it broke back out again because obviously I fixed it so dang good.
Right.
One of the reasons it's hard to fix that screen is because the plastic clips are subjected to a lot of heat and they eventually become brittle and pop out. And guess what? If you use hot glue to hold it, the hot glue gets cool and it's good and it holds, but then when it warms up, it drops. Ugh, so annoying. So I'm probably gonna have to take this off, do a little epoxy. And by the way, open this thing up, that's like one chunk of charger. There's not like a bunch of separate boards and stuff. It's like surprisingly stout. Also, if you need a bigger charger, you can go to something like this, 30 amps power supplies each. Yes, you can put those in series and you can get a massive power from that pair. In this case, I'm just gonna say this. Look, we're at 20 amps on charge on channel 2. It just went to 21 point. This is at 20 amps.
Fast.
Look how fast that's going. That's so cool. And by the way, coming from probably one of the most involved people at Horizon, charge them as fast as you can, fly them, set your discharge as quick as you can. So the lowest value you can do is gonna provide the best bang for the buck in terms of life cycles on your charger, okay? Charge them, do it safe. If you want a longer span, charge them slower. That's the by the book response, okay? So if you have one that says you can charge at 5C or 25 amps for this, I try to charge at about 1C if I'm not in a hurry, okay? That will give the chemistry longer time to respond to the electron flow. It's also a little easier on the charger. They stay a little bit cooler. And there's just some generic positive traits to charging at a slower rate, but I'm still gonna pass along the things that I learned from people that are smarter than me. And it sounds like the Facebook data center over there because there are 2 cooling fans on that S2200. By the way, 200 watts, 2 channels. That's why I like the S2200. If you buy a nice transmitter, if you buy a nice charger, you're never gonna regret buying a nicer charger or a nicer transmitter. But you may regret buying an inferior one. And so when you buy the power stage bundles, I'm gonna give you one bit of encouragement. If you're doing it just to be on the cheap, make sure that you're on the cheap with a charger that's gonna do enough for you. I'm gonna tell you the charger I don't personally recommend, and that is the S120, I think is what it's called.
It's just a little.
That little one. You'll get it in ready to fly packages. And my only suggestion is, the reason I kind of wanna poo-poo this for a second is because the chance of you ever using it a second time are so minuscule, okay? This will actually charge your smart battery, which is really nice. If you're tight on budget, this is one 20-watt charger. And you have many, many lights that this can present, and you can get the job done. But you have to have enough power coming into this USB-C port right here to do all that stuff. So the savings you have, good Lord, it sounds like it's about to launch.
That's the
loudest it's ever been.
That's the only thing that drives me a little bit crazy with those, because I hear it all day long.
It doesn't, well, only because you don't come out and unplug the batteries. By the way, when you hear Facebook Data Center on a dumb pack, like say you're charging this dumb pack, okay? this will get charged, and once it's charged, it's gonna balance. And in order to balance, it has to dissipate heat. Once it gets to a certain heat threshold, look at this, it almost charges to 80%. Holy crap, we've been talking for like a few minutes. Okay, awesome guys. The reason we're charging them fast is because I'm impatient. The reason you shouldn't is because you might get a little extra life out of the pack.
But when people ask us what we recommend, the smallest charger that we recommend
is the S155. And by the way, this will do up to 4S, and I just want to show you one thing about it. Look, boom.
Yep, and that's why.
Yep, and guess what? AC power in, no problems, no complications.
Super easy.
I like AC. AC's the way to go, unless of course you're charging at the field, in which case you may seriously consider something like that where you can actually pipe in voltage from either source.
Oh, yeah.
And that has a do not cover. Okay, so this is AC. I think you can get these also in DC, okay?
I think you can.
So just make sure you get the right thing for what you're doing. And if you're flying dual 6S heli packs, you know, on big helis, things like that, just get the right charger. You're never gonna regret it. And I realize if we're talking about beginners, you're probably thinking, oh my goodness, my brain just blew up or broke in 3 pieces because you said so much information about batteries. We thought this was about a boat. Yes, I understand, but listen, if you can't charge the batteries, you can't drive the boat more than once. I'm serious, you gotta learn this stuff. The other guys don't talk about this because they really don't care about the hobby, they care about selling this boat. We wanna sell this boat too, because we make money when you buy it from the links, okay? Point blank. We don't hide behind that. But the truth is, if we bring you no value, what good are we?
Well, if you only ever buy one thing and then you're so frustrated that you quit.
That you give up.
Like,
and I don't think that's gonna happen as much with boats.
No, boats, yeah.
I think the fear of one and dones is bigger on airplanes than it is on boats, because airplanes have such a high investment level. Even though this is expensive, you could put this on the shelf and it would look cool forever, right?
But if it ends up at the bottom of your pond.
That also would kind of suck. But the truth is, you know, that's maybe only happened once to us. More on that later. Okay, guys, so this is going to run things. These are going to be loaded. And by the way, a little bit sharp on that edge, so be careful. Right here, just a little bit sharp. So I might need to take a sanding block to those. Oh man, that thing is in there good. I hope I didn't snap it like wrong or something. Holy goodness gracious. Did I snap it wrong maybe? This one here, let's see how this one goes. No, it's just hard to unsnap. Which, believe me, when you're going around at 30 miles an hour in your water, you're gonna want it to be like that. Heavy, robust straps, gonna definitely work, okay? Also, once you get your battery in here, this will actually fit really nice. The other thing is, and just keep in mind, when you get a boat like this, I don't know if they claim to be self-righting, but our last boat we did claimed to be self-righting, and I threw it in upside down and it never did self-right. So just be careful. Always take marketing worth a grain of salt. I'm not saying that people are trying to lie to you. I'm not trying to beat up on one particular product versus another. That was a Pro Boat product, by the way. Okay, so it was a Horizon offering. I think we just need a little extra weight to make it work.
Yeah.
I still really like that boat. It turns sharper than any jet boat we've had.
Fun.
Okay, so I really enjoyed it. But that's why we do reviews, because sometimes their claims don't always come to fruition. And then they end up talking to the people making the boats for them and they say, that's embarrassing for us.
It's not working, yeah.
But we give you guys the full story. Okay, see this comes up, spring loaded, and then that's the keeper right there. And I don't know that you can put it in 2 different spots. It looks like it only goes in 1 spot. So these I'm gonna have out and ready when our batteries are done charging, which should happen in just mere moments. Do I need to grease the shaft
That's what I was
before we
just
go?
gonna ask you.
Because I already see grease. Is there a trick to greasing it?
Always replace the drivetrain parts when they're damaged or show visible wear. Lubricating the flex shaft is vital to the life of the drivetrain. Lubricant also acts as water seal.
But it looks like it's already lubed.
The plug screw from the rear of the prop shaft. Use
the plug screw?
A grease gun.
That's the plug screw, right?
Okay.
Right there. So you would take that thing out, right there, and that's where you inject the grease.
But they're recommending a grease gun, so I don't know.
Do you have to buy a grease gun? So look, that's where you force the grease in. Can you even see it from that angle?
Yeah.
You really got to get it so that people can see that. See this? That's the hole, guys. It's the size of this screw, okay? So there's got to be evidently a grease gun. When we find the grease gun, we'll put it on the supplies tab so that you know how to do it. I'm assuming, to be honest with you, that I would probably, like if I was gonna do this myself right now, I would probably take like one of those drip droppers that you give kids medicine from. If you have kids, you probably got a million of them. And I would suck some of that up and squeeze it into there. That's what I would do right now. Do we have to do it though?
I think it's when you replace it. Like if you were gonna replace
now,
it, then you
the
would
other
need to
option
do that.
is, and I'm just gonna tell you this right now, guys, because it's not rocket science to figure out. You can actually take out the whole prop shaft and you can slide it out and grease it as well, okay? But you see how this is a flex shaft, so that actually has the ability to have a bend in it. You wanna know why? Because it goes down like this and then straightens out, so it's flexed.
Oh.
And that's why you gotta grease it. It's up against this UHWM or whatever that is, ultra high molecular weight. It might just be plastic, I'm not sure. I'm assuming it's UHWM pipe. This is just outside to protect it, make it strong. And by the way, why is there not a cover there? Seems like there should be something there, but there's not. There's one here, but not there.
Not there.
That's weird. Okay, so then obviously the receiver is over here. We have one large servo. Looks like an S603. I don't know what that means, but it's big. Yes. And that shaft is gigantic. So I can't wait to power this up. Also, A, B, and C, and there is what appears to be a jumper right here. Yep, that's a jumper, okay? So this jumper is got silicone on it, and I don't know if that jumper is to be maybe removed on certain circumstances. So why don't we see if they have any instructions for us, because I want to tell the people what the heck that does. That might also just be protecting the programming port from getting wet.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so we'll do a little investigation on that. And by the way, full disclosure, our thing just beeped and we were only off camera for like 3 seconds. Megan paused it, I didn't know why she did. So if you wanna show them real quick here, our first one is at 100% with a 1.9 amp, probably a balancing thing going on here, okay? And then you can really tell how much you charge by that number there. 2,754 milliamp hours was forced into a 5,000 milliamp hour 2S. Now, I've always struggled to understand, does that mean nominal between the two, it got 2,754 milliamp hours? Remember, when you think of a LiPo, you're filling up the top, let's call it 90 to 85% of the battery capacity. The rest of it is like not used because it drops like a rock on a LiPo, the way the chemistry is. Okay, so I like to see when that number sort of drops down lower, and that's the only drawback of charging really fast, is you'll see this like really fast charge, and then it tapers and slows down at the top, and it's really balancing at the top so you don't see like a lot of extra juice. Cool thing about a smart pack is, watch this. I'm done.
Yep.
No soup for you. You can balance all day if you want here, or you can just unplug it and you can take one of these XBC battery checkers or smart checkers, because it also does servos. You can plug this sucker in and then you can see what's going on, which is kind of cool. 100%, baby. 4.19. You might get another 0.01, so go to 4.2. But if you let it sit here on this charger, you're not gonna really gain that much. So as soon as you hear that beep, beep, I have it set to do one alarm chirp. It'll do it repeatedly on default. Oh, so annoying. So this is down at 1 amp. 2,784 milliamps went into that one. Okay, so now we can pop over to this and we can check this. Now you don't have to do this. We just show this because at the end of the day, we're just one of those channels that's gonna go into more depth than the others. If you find that annoying, I'm sorry.
Did it too fast. Oh, there it goes.
No, it's not too fast. It just takes the time to initiate. Oh, and by the way, you can also set your smart battery settings on this by pressing and holding. And then, look at this, storage voltage, 3.9, auto storage at 240 hours, okay? So if you wanted to change that, you can click and change it. The off is in the opposite end on this one, ironically. So we're gonna go back, and then we're done. Pretty cool. This is one of those tools where when we got it, we're like, it seems a little over the top, but it's not very expensive.
All the time.
And it's like always using it. So really cool. Also 100C packs are kind of a little bit unusual in air. I mean, unless you're doing drones and really high draw EDFs, 100Cs are a little bit unusual. We almost never use 100Cs. We see 50Cs quite a bit, but 30C is kind of like our standard. Boats are power hogs. Trust me. They will puff a pack if you put a low C pack in, so just be careful. All right, so let's talk about loading these batteries. This should be like other cars and trucks you've experienced. I gotta say, a lot of steps to load batteries, but I think they're gonna be relatively easy. When they're brand new like this, I like to touch just the tip, and that keeps them open for you. So you see, I undo the Velcro and I just go right to the edge, or the hook and loop, okay? And I slip this in here, and it goes just one way, guys. If you go any other way, it's not gonna fit. And look at the perfect fit. Because this is a hard pack, you don't have a lot of wiggle room, and that's kind of the way I like it on a slide-in battery. And then these have to slide all the way down in order to accomplish the right fit, okay? Now, if you want these to be even tighter, it's not gonna be necessary because this is a boat, it's not an airplane, okay? Yes, you do still have a center of mass in a boat, and you don't want it to be like super, super side heavy because it might tip it over, but that's also how the self-righting works, if there is self-righting, okay? So you see, I didn't even get it perfect, but I'm gonna slide this in. Perfection doesn't matter on a boat. In an airplane, everything is more picky. Okay, slide it in. See how I've got my hand here? I can rest my hand and push that battery. Actually went easier because I think the straps were getting caught in their unhooked positions, okay? So second battery here. Man, the kids are gonna love this.
Yeah.
They're gonna be freaking out. So guys, if you wanna help support Brian Phillips RC, just remember we are a family of 6, not a family of 1. Seems like that sometimes on camera, but the truth is, we are working really hard to bring you guys top-notch, high-quality RC content on Brian Phillips RC, and we do our very, very best to not be super biased toward different brands, things like that. We are gonna tell it the way it is, regardless of the consequences, and the truth is, we feel like these companies have always been pretty fair to us in terms of letting us tell the whole truth. And when I say letting us tell, that was one of the first conversations we had when we started working with Horizon. We said, we're gonna be fully truthful. Are you guys okay with that? They said yes. The same is true for all the other brands we work with, just to be clear. That's one of the things we tell them. And sometimes we'll talk to a new brand or a new hobby shop and they're a little bit reluctant, or they ask us to do, you know, like, hey, we wanna be able to edit stuff. No. Sometimes we wanna edit stuff because we're embarrassed, but that rarely happens. Just watch our videos, trust me.
Right.
Okay, so this pops in here. So just in case that was ever a question you had in your mind, obviously we love doing this stuff, and we do love the brands that make the stuff we love. Because at the end of the day, who's making the best stuff? It's not hard to tell. And who's got the most expensive stuff? That's really easy to tell. So just because it's the most expensive doesn't mean it's the best, but usually it means it's the best. Just not rocket science. So, unless it's rockets, which by the way, we should do rockets.
Still, someone send us a rocket.
Seriously, Horizon, get us some rockets
They have
ASAP.
rockets?
Yes, they sell rockets. They sell Estes rockets, I think.
Cool.
Okay, so this is gonna be steering, this is gonna be throttle. Always keep control of your machine, press the button, make sure your light's on. Just like an airplane, you always wanna be careful. Don't take this off after you plug it in. Get it plugged in, do your testing, make sure that everything's turning in the right direction before you get out to the water where you're gonna be frustrated and drop it off the dock on accident. Okay, in. We never did find an answer to that ESC question. I guarantee that's just a programming port. I thought it was a jumper. It's not, because this is gonna be a series connection, I bet. Okay, so we plug those in. Then there's a power button right here.
Oh, yeah.
Press the power button, it glows. ESC, hear the 4, beep, 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 beep. That means, yes. Yeah, you can make fun of it all you want, camera crew.
I will.
Somebody has to beep. Do you want to
That's you and not me.
How about you
Nope,
do the beeps?
You can do the beeps.
Okay, so we're just gonna torque our nuts, bolts in this case. And I gotta say, I am super excited to see this thing. We've done a couple of different boats, but we haven't done a catamaran for you, except
Right.
we did take a short clip when our friend Esteban came over and he had a pro boat and it was a catamaran, and
Was
that
it?
thing was awesome.
That
Yeah,
was really
that
cool.
red one was a
Yeah.
catamaran. So this one is about the same size. And by the way, if you're looking for even bigger, some people think bigger is better. They're probably right. So there's also links to other boats you may see. Okay, so I'm gonna turn, oh yeah, good, solid, smooth control. Now, the first thing I'm gonna do is go to steering rates. Watch this. See, cranked all the way, rates up. Look at that. Now rates all the way down, it will barely move. Rates all the way up. See what I'm talking about? That's rates. Then trim is gonna change the neutral home position. Now you can also mechanically adjust that on the actual shaft. You can undo one set screw and slide the shaft in deeper or looser. But admittedly, it's toward the end. It is factory tuned to be sort of close. You might have to do just a little bit of steering trim when you get it in the water on your first maiden voyage, okay? So now I'm just gonna give it a kiss of throttle, barely any. Okay, yep, it's working. Now I'm gonna go kiss of throttle reverse. Yep, it did reverse. So we know we have reverse, we know we have forward. Now, reason I did a kiss of throttle is because this thing is a water-cooled system and it needs to be water-cooled. If you sit there and run that, you'll probably burn out your ESC or your motor in this case, okay? They're both liquid-cooled. So that leads me to my next thing. If you're gonna be driving this, oh, that is so sweet. By the way, look at the bottom. Looks awesome. Can't wait to see this in the water. Pro Boat Blackjack, 24-inch long, beautiful catamaran. Should do better in windy conditions because of the catamaran, and that's why we picked today, because it is quite windy. So if you guys have questions, comments, concerns, or you didn't see the answer to your question already in the video, then hit us up in the comments below. Let us know what you think of this, this Pro Boat brand, about this Blackjack. Is it as good as you want it to be? Do you have problems with the, the cost? Do you like the colors? Would you rather see it in this heat wave livery? I don't know if it's called a livery on a boat.
I don't know. That's a good question.
I mean, we're mostly plane people. And you guys know that. Even though we love planes, we love ground vehicles too. We used to do a lot of ground vehicles. I haven't even mowed the ditch this year because we've been so busy with a pond. But eventually we'll get that back to snuff. And then someday, guys, I know you haven't seen it yet, but we're gonna have a rock crawler course someday. I just gotta get somebody here that is just really good at it that can help me do it.
Yeah.
And we'll go buy a bunch of materials and make like one of the sweetest rock crawler courses you've ever seen. But we love RC. We're really into it, guys. I love this stuff. And you know my heart is in the air. It's aviation based. That's the biggest thing. And it's okay to have a favorite and then to have other favorites too, okay?
The surface stuff has been great for our family as a whole.
Because more people can do it.
Yes, because everybody can do it.
You don't have to have the skills it takes to fly this SR-71, okay?
Right.
Or to fly this Draco, or to fly this Cessna 182, or this F7F. Oh, sorry. Or any of these beautiful planes. There's so many good choices. But remember, we are on the World Wide Web, and so is a lot of garbage. Okay? We're gonna help steer you away from the garbage. And yes, that does mean sometimes we're gonna talk you into buying a more expensive item. It's not because we're trying to blow your budget, guys. We understand everybody operates within their own. But if you're chasing good money after bad, what's the point? Okay? You're just gonna have a bad experience. Bad experiences lead to quitting. Bad experiences lead to failure. We wanna grow this hobby. We want people to find success in it. We want you to be happy. We want you to know you spent good money, okay? And that's what we do on Brian Phillips RC. So we hope you guys agree. If we even struck a small chord during any part of this video, smash the like button on the way out the door. And don't forget, if you haven't subscribed, subscribe. Click the bell for notifications. You'll be notified of new content. We have been doing shorts. Shorts are basically a requirement right now on YouTube. And if we didn't have to do them, we wouldn't do them. But the truth is, if you guys like them, if you enjoy them, and if we start reaching a bigger audience, we kind of have to do it because all the competitors are doing it, and believe me, it's extremely competitive on YouTube. And even though we love our principal audience, our core audience, the guys that have been here for years, and we really do love that you guys are here with us, and you've been here with us for like a decade, we have to keep growing because that's just the way this system works. So, that being said, thanks for being loyal audience members, especially you guys have been around for years. Thanks for helping us make crazy things happen, like landing Cessna 172s in our yard. Thanks for helping us make things happen, like building the damn runway, which is happening probably next year. Like building the damn gift shop. Construction starts on the pad 14th of October, unless it gets delayed, which is always a possibility, and it probably will. But the truth is, guys, all this stuff is really happening in real time and space. A real aerodrome is really getting built. And yes, many of you have actually come and enjoyed that here with us. And all you have to do is search for subscriber specials. And these are people that just were passing through on vacation, flew out to meet us from New York, or came out from South Carolina or Alabama, or people from all over the world have personally experienced this, and you might be the next one. So please don't hesitate. We love doing this, and we love having a real audience of real people. We understand you're not just a bunch of bots out there. We're not just doing this to make Google a couple of bucks, although they make a lot of money on us, so that's good for them. Good job. Keep your servers up. We use a lot of storage space. So at the end of the day, who do we answer to? You. We like this stuff, and we're glad that they work with us, but we answer to you, okay? Our audience is the boss, and so let us know what you want to see. Thanks for watching. Come back for more on Brian Phillips RC. It's all about the audience. It's all about learning. It's all about expanding this hobby, and so we love that you're here with us. Thanks for doing it. Come back.